Going outside the norm this weekend, guys. It's December 16th, 12:44. I've left work early, went home, got cleaned up, shaved where I'd look good for the deer. But seriously, me and Chris are gonna do something a little different. We got a private piece of land. It's about an hour and a half north of where I live. So what we're going to try to do is attempt not to freeze to death and kill myself by sleeping in the truck tonight. That way we can be up on the deer hot and heavy daylight in the morning without having to leave so dang early. But starting to see some pre-rut activity in this area. There are still some bucks that's running together, but I have seen some that's off with some does, so that's a good thing. So but we are seeing a lot of activity, so I think it's a good day to be in the woods, especially with a extreme cold front blowing in. It's going to be cold in the morning, but as it's getting closer to Christmas, they're talking about here in our portion of Alabama, it could get down close to zero. That's just something unheard of for us. I don't know that it will, but I know the deer's going to be up on their feet and moving. So we're going to sit there and sleep in the trucks tonight. And if I get too dang cold, I might be getting a Motel 6. But nah, I got coveralls, and I've got me a good comfortable pillow to put my little head on against the window. And I'm being a little bit picky. I've killed 2 bucks this year, two 8 points, 2 decent 8 points, and I'd really like to put a doe or 2 in the freezer. So I'm after a doe this afternoon, unless a pretty decent buck was to show up. I know I've been seeing a couple of pretty decent bucks that I would take if it came across me, but we'll see. But if I can get a doe, I'll be tickled to death. So I'm gonna head on down the highway. I still, like I said, I've got probably about an hour and 20 minutes left to get there, and get me a good place to park and get ready to hunt this afternoon, and then be extremely uncomfortable till morning. Oh, yeehaw! Well, I made it, guys. Something else I'm doing that I normally don't do is I'm being a public land hunter. I don't have the luxury of sitting in a box blind, but today I am. Earlier this year, Chris took a doe out of a rhino blind, so I'm sitting in a wooden box blind. Believe it or not, I'm 51 years old, and I've never killed a deer out of a box blind. I guess from all the years of hunting public land, you kind of get accustomed to being out in the woods, and I've always felt like I couldn't hear well enough sitting in these things, but I don't have much of a choice here. I guess I could sit out in front of it, but I'm gonna sit tight and see what happens. That needs to be a first for everything. So, and I'm trying to put a doe in the freezer, and hopefully there'll be a big fat doe come to that feeder this afternoon. We'll see. But I'll kind of show you what I got going on here. It's a pretty nice blind. Do have my camera gear set up, and a little green patch there is where I'm expecting the does, or at least what I've seen on camera, they've been coming from the left side here, coming to the feeder, but we'll see. Chris is probably 500 or 600 yards from me. He's hunting a pretty nice 8-point, and maybe he'll get a shot at it. But as I said earlier in the video, we're gonna be truck camping tonight, and that way we can really get after these deer because this cold front is moving in. Right now we got a west wind, and it's today's highs was in the 40s, so it's gonna be dropping throughout the afternoon. Well, I'm gonna zip her up, sit tight, see if I can't let this 7 mag bark this afternoon. Wish me luck. Well, let me get me some light here where I can see, where you can see me. How about that? Well, I guess you seen the one is about 200 yards away on top of the hill. I couldn't tell what it was, and I'm praying to God this ain't a button head here, because I was losing light quick and couldn't hardly make out the head of it, but it looked like a doe to me. So, but I came to accomplish a goal of taking a doe out of a blind, and that 7 mag dropped it right there in its tracks. Ended up seeing, I think, 4, and they were kind of a little leery, I think, because back behind me here I had some deer blowing at me probably about 30 minutes before they come out down there at that feeder. I'm gonna get out of here, guys, and I'm gonna run down there and drag it up to the road here, and or up to this shooting house here, and wait on Chris to get done with his hunt. Maybe he'll get something. Looks like I broke that streak. Finally got one in the shooting house, so not a big doe, but by George, she'll be tender. Mouth's a mouth, so good deal. Let's get her out of here. Well, guys, I was just sitting here kind of reflecting. I drug my little doe back up here. She's probably about 60 pounds, 70 at the max. Doing a That's probably the first doe that I've taken with a rifle in a pretty long time. I wanted to get one with my rifle, and I also wanted to take a deer out of a shooting house, so I did that. It's hard to believe I'm 51 years old and that's the first deer I've ever taken out of a shooting house. But like I said, I'm used to hunting public land where I'm either on the ground or I'm in a stand. So, but very appreciative to be able to come up here and hunt and share this memory with everybody else that's up here. A lot of our good friends is up here hunting, and matter of fact, one of them's wife took a pretty nice buck. I'm not sure how big or how many points it is. I think it's an 8, but I'm not sure yet, so we'll try to include that in this video, at least let you guys see it. But not a big doe, but she'll eat good, and that's the whole reason I wanted to take a doe. That way I say, well, I finally got one out of a shooting house with this rifle, and I've been wanting to put some more meat in the freezer. I've got two bucks in there right now, which we've done consumed a good bit of that, and I need another doe, and maybe I could get another doe and finish out my Alabama deer season with a pretty nice buck. I only got one more buck tag, so I've been pretty selective with that. But like I said, I was just sitting here chilling out, putting my gear away and getting ready to put my camera stuff up and reflecting, and I am very appreciative. Even though it's not a big doe, it's a doe. Like Ted Nugent says, a mouth's a mouth. So in other words, it's going to taste good. But as always, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in. I know this probably wasn't the most exciting hunt that you've been on, because it's like, hey man, he just shot a doe out of a blind. But hey, it's a first for me, and I'm tickled to death. Just in case I don't, I hear something coming. I was going to say, just in case we didn't put any more footage in here, I was going to end the video, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because this is Friday afternoon, and this may just be either one long video or a video of each day. I'm not sure yet, but remember one thing though, anytime you're in the outdoors, it's always a good thing. So I took off work early today to go hunt, and I am tickled to death to be here. I don't know if I'm going to be tickled to be sleeping in my truck tonight, but hey, that's what Chris wanted to do, so that's what we're going to do. I mean, we're going to make some more memories.